Welcome to It's Debatable, the show where we debate anything and everything just for the sake of arguing. My name is Doug, and as always, I am debating my rival, my challenger, my adversary. He is the evil stepmother to my Cinderella, Steven Schramm.
What's up, Doug?
How are you today?
I'm doing good. Feeling good.
Great, great. It's the holidays. It's a great time of year, right?
Yeah, love it.
Oh, my God, yes. What is the worst Christmas gift that you ever got?
That's tough.
That's tough?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you get some bad gifts, but I guess it would have to be socks, underwear, stuff like that as a child.
Yeah, essentials. Yeah, those are terrible.
Well,
All right.
You don't realize you need those as a kid. You hate them. You want the cool shit.
Yeah, well, you definitely need them. All right. Well, we have our engineer producer, the man that is here to help us all out, Jeff. Jeff, how are you?
Doing great, Doug. How are you?
Great, great. What's the worst gift that you ever got?
I would have to say a card with no money in it.
Ooh.
Like I just don't give me anything.
God, man. Was that from Shrimp?
Yeah.
All right, that sounds about right. And we have a new judge, first time for the holidays, so it's like a gift for everyone. Mike Wilson. Mike,
Hey guys, what's up?
how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Great, great,
You
great.
guys ready to debate?
I am ready, but I want to know what your worst Christmas gift was.
I don't know. That's a tough one. Probably the card with no gift, no money.
Oh, so you're taking the other guy's answer. We're starting off on a good foot here. I'll tell you guys mine. I got a bird, and then a week later, it killed itself by running into a wall. So at first, it was a great gift, and then looking back in hindsight, it was a terrible gift. But anyway, so what do you got for us today?
Well, today's subject is we're gonna go into Santa's workshop.
Oh,
Is it a workshop or is it a sweatshop?
Every year I shine up my jingle bells.
It is definitely a sweatshop. It's unbelievable what this guy puts these elves through. I mean, just all day, all night. I don't even think they have like 9 to 5 hours. I think it's literally like 23-hour days, half hour to eat, half hour to sleep or use the bathroom, and then right back to work, especially when it gets close, around the holidays, around this time. What he puts them through is borderline barbaric and just completely against any kind of, labor law or whatever the case it may be. And I don't even think they get paid. They don't even get paid to do what they
No
do.
money.
Imagine being born into a world where you're an elf, like I didn't choose to be an elf, and you have to live at the North Pole, which sucks because it's freezing, and you live in some crappy little gingerbread house, but it's housed like a prison. There's just bunk beds upon bunk beds of elves, and the bell goes off, and you just walk out and have to build shit for other people around the world.
So it's kind of like the Amazon fulfillment center.
Yeah, pretty much of the North Pole. And where do you think they got the idea? From Santa's workshop. So, when you hear the Amazon employees, they're slave drivers. It's ridiculous. Elves just dropping off and completely dying out, and they just replace them with another one. One falls over, they just kind of shovel it out the door and throw another one on the assembly line.
Wait. You're saying elves are slaves?
Yes, slaves in sweatshops.
Wow.
wow, this is a revelation that is not true. Of course, it's a workshop. They have fun there. They get paid in candy canes because that's what the currency is at the North Pole. And how can you say it's cold? That's where they're from. It's not cold for them. That's normal temperature. They're used to that. They enjoy their trade. They wake up in the morning and they think of, oh my God, I can make all these wooden trains today to make all these children happy.
So
Santa's a great role model.
they get off on making wooden trains.
Yes, they get off on it. They love it. That's what they live for. And Santa gives them an environment to grow and thrive in. You think other parts of this country would accept the elves? These little 2-foot creatures run around?
So you're like, I don't believe that at all. Like,
What don't you believe?
so
in
you said
Santa?
they get excited. They get excited when they wake up and they want to make things, and that's their craft.
Yeah.
If you even look at some of the Christmas specials, the one elf, he didn't want to do it. He wanted to be a dentist, and they treated him like shit for it. So like
That wasn't
you have
Santa.
you're not allowed to think outside the box. You're not allowed to be an individual. You have to just get on the assembly line and go. It's like Auschwitz, man.
No, but anyway, no, I would not compare it to that. Santa isn't the one. That was the elves that was one bad elf. It's one bag of egg. You can still use the 11 other eggs in the dozen.
Got it. All right, so this brings me to my first question. Is Santa really running a workshop with elves, or is it hired illegals?
They're illegal. They're from the North. He got papers. He has papers for each and every elf. Screwy, Louie, whatever one.
So
There's papers for everyone.
They're hired illegal elves.
No, they're legal.
They're legal. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, he has papers as in
So
they're
they're
legal.
elves.
You know, he can prove it.
I'm gonna agree on that subject.
Oh, so you're agreeing with me.
that-
Oh,
that-
great.
no,
Oh,
no,
it sounds like it's over.
that they are legal citizens of the North Pole. They were born to the North Pole. That's where they're from. They're legal there. What's illegal is there's no working papers. There's no age. Like you could walk into you look at an elf, you don't know how old they are. They could be 400. They could be 6. And
So they
either
are-
way,
they
they're
are
working.
elves,
So
you're saying.
that's the illegal part of it. Yes, they're legal citizens of the North Pole, but I mean, he could be putting 5-year-old elves to work, 600-year-old elves to work. None of these people have working papers. I bet they barely even know their parents. They literally just shoot them out and let's go. Like it's
to the workshop.
Yeah, right to the workshop.
Wow.
There's a sense of community there. I don't know what this must have been a smear campaign put on by the right wing, anti-Santa advocates. This is ridiculous. Are you working for Jeff Bezos?
No, but
Sounds
I
like
would,
it.
I would never do it because Jeff Bezos stole all his ideas from Santa, and now not only are elves miserable, everyone who works for Amazon is equally as miserable. So he's a piece of shit.
So here's another question: Is there an elf union then? And does this elf union is there shop standards to this?
Yeah, they have their own form of OSHA.
So
they have that.
regulated.
Yeah, they make sure they have, they have one of the elves is in charge. Santa's cousin Larry, he comes in, he walks around with the paperwork and the clipboard. He checks off if they're working nice or they're working naughty. You get a few naughties, you get some demerits, and then you're gonna be sent home.
Santa's cousin Larry, that's not an elf. That's just
No, it's his cousin. Santa's not an elf.
oh.
I think Santa's always been considered
What just
like,
happened?
the head elf. Santa's always been considered like the head of all the elves.
No, he's not. He has the head elf work for him.
Going
Head
back-
elf does the dirty deeds.
Going back to your question, fuck no, there's not a union. You think these elves are allowed to strike when they feel slighted or wronged? There's nobody looking out for them or going inside their pockets or, trying to make sure that they have equal pay. And, there is no union. There's no child labor, anything like that. They're not allowed to strike. Everything Doug just said is bullshit. When people show up to check on the conditions there, they're not even allowed in. It's like a fortress, surrounded by a fortress. Like, you can't come in. You can't see what's going on back here. And luckily, they're located in a place where nobody can get up there anyway. Why do you think it's at the North Pole? Why do you think it's not in, like,
got a point.
Jersey City or
It's a
some shit?
great location. Why would they want to be in Jersey City? The rent is expensive. Santa needs a lot of space, so the property up there is not that expensive. So he needs that.
And he can also have the government coming in and check on what he's doing. When
They
you're in the
can
North Pole,
come whenever they want. Larry can FaceTime with them and walk them through all the conditions, and everything's great.
Larry's in Santa's pocket. He just puts an A on everything because Santa's hooking him up with like
well, the
Christmas
system's
hookers.
the system's naughty or nice.
Santa's
so,
hooking him
so
up with
an A
Christmas
wouldn't work.
hookers, and he's like, "Listen, just keep the hookers coming, and I'll make sure everything's good." Cousin or Uncle Larry or Cousin Larry, he's a drug addict and has no idea what he's doing. So I don't think anything that he does or says should be brought to the table for you to consider.
Are the hookers that you're talking about? Are they elves?
They could be.
Well,
but
he
I
just
don't
said
think so.
Santa's an elf before, so.
I think you could Google that. Is Santa considered a head elf? Like, do people think that?
No, you're saying considered or nickname in
Well,
It's not-
What I was saying is Santa could have had intercourse with an elf and made his cousin.
Oh, so you're saying this is like a Thomas Jefferson situation?
Could be. I don't know. I've never been in North Pole. Have you?
No, no one has because he's hiding what the fuck he's doing up there.
So now, with the hookers,
Yeah.
are they crushing it? Like, is there drug tests? Like, do they crush up candy canes and snort them like to get? Like,
Well,
what?
that's what I'm saying. If you ever go to the wing where
Is it
Larry
really
is,
this bad?
it's
Like-
bad in that wing. I mean, you go up there, Motley Crue, shout out the Devils just playing, and he's snorting candy canes with like 3 hookers, all because
Santa and the
well,
hookers.
Santa hangs out too. You know, like Friday night,
Larry,
wind down,
Larry.
especially right after Christmas. Santa and Larry go on a bender. But the thing is, he keeps Larry happy because Larry's giving him A's and all the bullshit stuff to say it's not a sweatshop. So.
Dude, Mrs. Claus would not put up with that shit. Dude. She rules with an iron fist. She makes sure Larry is there for dinner every night. Did he have a candy cane helmet? Yes. Does he still have one? No. He went to one of those Malibu, one of those communities in Florida, and he's clean now. And he prays to Allah.
For now, but
Praise the Allah.
he's a constant. He's a constant relapse because he's seen some shit.
Got it. Wow.
Yeah, he's seen a lot of shit like making millions and millions and billions of people happy.
I did Google if Santa's an elf, he's not.
Okay.
He's not considered an elf.
Thought I saw that.
Cross
somewhere.
that out.
Wow,
So you
dude,
cross
that's
it out.
embarrassing.
Just not an elf.
Holy
He asked me
shit.
to Google it, so I figured.
Oh no, I appreciate
yeah,
that.
just wanted to clear that up.
Good.
But it is a possibility that he's having sex with his elf.
Yeah, well, it
partners.
happens, right?
When I Googled it, it doesn't show anything.
Listen,
so
when
I can
you
say
work
for
in the
now-
worst work environment imaginable, I guess anything's on the table, right? Like, it's just unbelievable.
So is Mrs. Claus an elf or
No, I guess not.
okay?
But
let's-
she's reaping the benefits too.
No, I don't. What benefits is she reaping? She's making sure all those elves, they're clocked out at 6 o'clock. They're only working 40-hour weeks, man.
Imagine if you started.
They work in different shifts. There's millions of them up
There's
there.
no
They don't-
shifts. They're working 23-hour days. I already established that.
Oh, so what are they
And
doing for
imagine
the
if
hour?
Imagine if you started a business and we're like, okay, 100% profit because we're not paying anybody and we're just bringing everyone in and we'll have them commune up here, breed up here, and then steal their children and make them workers as well.
That's horrific.
But it is their season. So is it what's it like on the off season when it's not prime time like November?
Well, there's no off season. They're always getting ready.
They're always getting ready, just building trains.
And that's the crappy part. 7 billion people on the planet. There's no off season. There's no vacations. There's no union, like you said. It's
There's
just,
vacations. They get
what's-
10 days like everybody else.
What's their work hours like?
They work in shift. There's millions of them up there. So each of them are working their 8.5 hours. They get a half an hour lunch. There is a break room. There is a candy machine to keep them
Vacation time?
going.
Vacation
Time, yeah, 10 days. They could accrue more. They get sick days. It's pretty good. Santa puts some money in. He matches 401k. It's pretty good.
401?
Yeah, 1%. Yeah, he's a pretty good guy.
But it's candy canes.
Well, candy cane's currency up there, man.
So he's
You go up there, if you go to the CVS down the street and you buy a box of candy canes and you go up there, dude, you'll live like a king.
I got you. Okay. So do elves procreate for the workshop?
They procreate because they're in love. They're not doing it just for, it's not like Santa's like, hey, we need 10 more workers, get on it.
That's exactly what it is.
And he smokes a cigarette in the corner. No, that's not what happens.
See, this guy's in Santa's pocket too. That's exactly what it is. The procreation specifically to build toys and keep the labor going.
You know what's funny? This sounds exactly like that Fox News report in 95. Geraldo Rivera went up there. Geraldo was famous in the early 90s for like breaking into places, mental institutions, seeing the conditions being terrible. He went up there. That special never aired because there was nothing to see. He went in there. Everyone was happy. Everybody was working. Larry greeted him at the door. It was just a love fest. And then Geraldo was like, okay, I can't air this.
No. Do you remember when Geraldo Rivera went to go open Al Capone's safe and it was empty and it was like a big bust on TV? That was all an act. Santa already raided that Al Capone safe and already gave everything to Geraldo Rivera, so he would just say everything was cool at the North Pole when
So
he did
wait,
his special.
So now you're saying Santa's stealing Al Capone's thing just to pay off Geraldo Rivera?
Yeah,
Geraldo
because you
an
got to
elf?
keep the peace. You got to keep it cool.
Is Geraldo an elf?
No,
Kind of looks like one.
it does.
Okay. All right. Let's get to closing arguments then.
What are we even talking about here? This is the happiest time of the year. And we're talking about a guy, Santa Claus, Saint Nick, Kris Kringle, whatever you want to call him. He brings joy to everyone. And we're talking about his working conditions. He is giving everybody what every worker in the world gets. Well, not the world, but in America, he gives them 40 hours a week. He gives them overtime if they want to work it. There's shifts, there's benefits, there's a cotton candy machine. He is doing whatever it takes to make the situation enjoyable. And then he has a great compadre in Larry. Larry helps him out. He makes sure everybody's working on a nice condition list, not on naughty. There's OSHA. What else do you want? What else do you want?
Doug just said it's the happiest time of the year. What are we talking about? And for us as human beings who receive gifts, it is. But that's how we were raised to believe. We don't realize that the presents we're getting were made with the blood and tears of these tiny human beings that have the most awful working conditions up in the North Pole. I mean, these people are driven to insanity and death to the point of making these toys all year round. They have to keep reproducing. There's no call out. There's no sick. Doug keeps mentioning OSHA. Again, that's not a thing.
OSHA is a thing.
Not in the North Pole. Not in the North Pole. No unions, no strikes. You can't call out. I bet there's a sick line where, they put like a line where like, hey, if you want to call out, call here. And it's just a busy signal or a dead hook. Like, it's just there for show. It's there for show. And Larry's in the back pocket, making sure no one comes to question anything, as long as Santa keeps supplying those hookers. It's sad. What we've been raised to believe is the happiest time of the year is, some of the saddest for, I would assume millions of little elves up in the North Pole. And the working conditions are just not good and probably should be eradicated.
I think it's really funny when we listen back to this. It seems like everything I said, he just said that didn't happen. I say Larry, oh, he's great. He does all these things. He says Larry, no. Larry sucks. Just remember that when you're delivering your verdict.
Let me write that down. Jeff, do you?
Yeah, I just want to say that I looked up Geraldo to see if he was an elf, and he is actually the lawyer for the Santa administration. So for Larry, for Santa.
Well, I better him than Giuliani.
Well, I'm just
so.
saying there's something
On
going
the
so
payroll.
he's on the
He's
payroll. I just looked that up.
I knew it.
Okay.
Why can't they work together?
All right. Well, Doug, you did bring up a lot of good points. I like that.
I know.
The 40 hours a week, the benefits, sick days paid, 401k, and candy canes. That's pretty cool because that's the currency. So that's good. Steve, you brought it to a whole new world for me. I don't know what to think. Yes, they are elves. They're not illegal, so that's good. But they're underage. They're working in like a sweatshop conditions. It's probably dirty, disgusting. And I don't know how I feel about this Larry character. I don't know. He has a candy cane problem.
He's
Sounds
fine
like with
now.
Hookers, and he's got lawyers too. So my verdict is, it is a sweatshop.
It is. And it's sad. And we should all thank each other for bringing it to light.
Yes, and
If you believe that, then you guys should not celebrate Christmas.
but this is the best time of the year for me. So
Oh, so it's still the best time? Now you sided with this BS, and now you're
It's a
saying it's still the
sweatshop,
best
and
time.
it is the best time of the year.
So you're gonna open that gift. You're gonna see that wooden rocking horse at the age of 32. You're gonna get
Thank
one.
you, Larry.
Oh my God, this sucks. Shram, how do you feel?
Great as always.
Well, this used to be the happiest time of the year. Now it's the saddest time, knowing that people believe that Santa runs a sweatshop. Sweatshop. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to review, rate, and share our podcast. Follow us on Twitter at We Like to Debate and on Instagram at It's Debatable Pod. Good night.